In this lecture, you can say we are going to talk about light, shadows, and reflections. So this will be new for you. Okay, perhaps, probably this will be new for you. Some of you, you are looking this first time. So okay, I will start from basic to advanced. So first of all, you need to be clear. This is our chapter, you can say, topic. Okay, light, shadows, and reflections. And in the context of physics, this is a subject of physics. Okay, so let's get started. What is the meaning of light? As we see in our surrounding area, surrounding our area, what is the meaning of light? How can we define to light? Okay, you would say light is what? Light gives us light. Yeah, we are able to study in a light. When light gone, then we are not able to study. Okay, at some point our definition get between, you can say, at a point. So exact meaning of light, what will be? Light, do you know, before discuss of light, let's discuss about the beam of light, ray of light. Beam, do you know? Beam of light. And second is ray of light. So what are difference? My question is, what are difference between this? So it talks about only one ray of light, one ray. One, I am saying you, it is important to understand about ray of light. Whereas beam talks about collection of rays. Okay, this says collection of rays. Are you getting? Whereas this says only one rays. And lighter that provide a point light. So lighter is an example of ray of light, whereas a collection of ray, that is a said beam of light. So collection, you can say, more rays, you can say. So are you getting? Collection of rays will be known as beam of light. So we see beam of light where? In our scooter headlight. Okay, headlight of railway, we see beam lights. Okay, when light emit from light source. So here we are clear about beam of light, about ray of light. It is a one ray, whereas this is a collection of rays. Okay, clear. So here light, that gives us what? We are able to see in our surrounding area. Let's suppose we don't have any type of light source. Okay, if we don't have artificial lights, then on the other side we will have natural light like for example, our sunlight. Sun provides what? Sun provides us light. Okay, there are few natural light, whereas on the other side we created artificial light, so that in our working time we can use our natural light, artificial light. And today all of us, we are using, okay, natural light also and artificial light. So here I will be saying you both natural light and artificial light. So both light provide what? Light. Okay, so sunlight, I am saying sunlight, it provides what? Light. It provides light. Light that comes from sun, then we say in one word, sunlight. So it provides light. So sunlight has their own light. Are you getting? Then it is a definition of nature light, because this has own light. Okay. Whereas torch. Okay, torch. So torch also has their own light. It provides us light. So through this object comes out what? Light. Light is a connection with this torch object. So what do I want to tell you? I want to tell you these are example of what? Luminous object. This is luminous object. Luminous objects that define about object. Light from an object will have light. That object will be luminous objects. Are you getting that light? So all these have their own light. That's why these are known as luminous objects. Whereas there are on the other side there are a lot of materials that don't have that object don't have their own light. Okay, for example, this is a marker. Okay, I am saying marker. Can you identify this marker has their own light? Are you able to see light from this marker, from coming this marker? Are you able to see? No. That's why it is said non-luminous objects. Marker, and then we have stone in our surrounding area. We have wall, bricks. All these don't have their own light. That's why all these objects are known as non-luminous objects. These were differences between luminous objects and non-luminous objects. Okay, so I came direct here. Luminous objects. So light, we will come from definition of light. So light comes from sunlight. So it is showing us this object has their own light. That's why it is a definition of luminous objects. Also torch. So whatever we will have objects, and objects that we have from our objects, our object is providing light, then these objects will be what? Luminous objects. Whereas on the other side we have objects that don't provide what? Light. So this will be named what? Non-luminous objects. Clearly? So difference are what? Some objects will have their own light, whereas on the other side some objects will not have their own light. So light, can you define about light? Can you define? Think, try to think. What will be definition of light? What will be? You would say light, as I told you, if we don't have light, then we will not be able to see light. Okay. Whereas we are using two types of light, one side natural light and second side unnatural, that is said artificial light. Artificial lights. So exact definition of light, what will be? Again I am asking you, exact. Look, from any subject light is coming out, that is light. There are two types of light, natural light and artificial light. This is the definition, otherwise nothing else. Otherwise what else? Okay, that's why between these are connection. Okay, light, luminous and non-luminous objects. From object emit a light, then that object will be light. Clear? So it's a time to move to next, transparent and a translucent, then opaque object. This now it's interesting to define. Transparent. In our daily life, every day we see a lot of things. In those lot of things we see what light, transparent object, translucent objects, opaque objects in our daily life objects, wherever we are living. Just we need to identify which objects will be transparent light and which objects will be translucent and which objects will be opaque object. Now we will identify and then with identify we will discuss, we will explain. Transparent, there is one object. Okay, this is object. Really, this is object. So here this is light source. From this object, as I am saying you, this is a light source. So from object light will be coming. So this object is what? Luminous object. Remember, this object is luminous. This is okay, luminous object. Luminous object will be compulsory to define transparent, okay, to define translucent and to define opaque object. Luminous object will be compulsory. And in our life, luminous object luminous object will be compulsory to see something. Are you getting? So from this source light is coming. Light is falling on this object. Light from this is falling on this object. Clear? So light, this object will allow this coming light to pass through this object, then this will be known as transparent. Are you clear? Transparent means this object will allow this light to pass through this object, then this process will be known as transparent. Okay, you can say this object will be transparent because this will allow to pass this light. That's why this object will be known as transparent object. Clear? Whereas I clean this so that we will be clear. Second, translucent. This is object. Okay, this is object. There are few objects in our surrounding area. So about on this three definition, explain, discussion I will come. But first of all, one by one, we need to be clear on this topic. So now it's a time to define about translucent. This is object and this is luminous object. From this object light is coming. And now this object will allow something to pass this light. So here you are, you will not be able to see from this object clearly, completely, you will not be able. Then this type of object will be said what translucent, means through one object we are not able to see completely, then that object is known as translucent. Blur is used. Blur can be used to define translucent. So translucent, through translucent object we will not be able to see clearly from one side to another side, of a object. Clear? Now it's the time to define opaque object. Opaque object is also very interesting. Opaque object says this is object. After our discussion, this object will be opaque object. So now this is opaque object. So this is luminous, as we know. So light is coming from this source, from this light source. Now this object will not allow this light to pass through this object. That's why it is a what? Opaque object. Opaque object. Are you clear? Opaque object. Because this object is not allowing to this light to pass. So now this object will create what? Shadow. What? Shadow. We will come on shadow. So here I am telling you, because this opaque object will create shadow. Also translucent could create. I am using code word because in translucent object we will see what? Some shadow this object will create with the help of luminous object, whereas opaque object will create completely shadow of opaque object with the help of a luminous object. Okay, now in your mind would be coming transparent. Can transparent create shadow? No. Okay, especially on this topic will come, but here we need to think, can transparent make a shadow? Light will pass through this object, then how shadow will create? To create shadow, light will be blocked by object, then there is a possible to create shadow. When a object will block coming light from source light, okay, block word will come to create shadow. Also in translucent, when some shadow create this translucent object with the help of luminous, so some shadow, so some coming source, this translucent object what blocks coming light, then we are able to see shadow of this translucent object. Are you clear? So here let's see differences among this. We understood with the help of diagram, you can say practically we understood. Now we are going to understand with the differences among this. Transparent. So one object, this is a transparent object. From this luminous object coming light, this object, if this object is allowing this light to pass, then this object will be known as transparent, because this is allowing this light to pass. So this light will go from this side to another side. Are you getting? This light will go from this side to passing this object on the other side. Okay, that's why it is a definition of a transparent. Translucent, this going light, this translucent object, something will block from this coming light. Something this loose translucent object will block, whereas something translucent object will not block. That's why this type of translucent object creates some shadow. You can say half shadow, some shadow you can say. Whatever this translucent object will block this coming light, that shadow, that block part will create behind this object. Clearly? Opaque, it is a very simple, it is not complicated to understand. This is going light to pass through this object. So here, when this light will come to this object will not allow to pass this light. That's why it is named opaque object. So it is blocking this light. It is blocking, this object is blocking this light. So whatever this object is blocking light, that's why behind this object we see shadow. So this light is going, that's why shadow is creating behind this object. Whereas you can think, if there is no any type of a source light, then we will not see shadow of behind this opaque object. So there should be source light, that is what, luminous object, and on the other side opaque object. And when this light from this luminous object will fall on this object, on opaque object, then shadow will create by this help of this process. Clearly, this was a difference. So now you are looking a shadow. What can be understood? Shadow, what can you define? Something we understood about shadow. So through your perspective, what do you think about shadow? Can we understand about shadow of a object? Can we understand? You would say yeah. So let's move to understand a shadow clearly without any barrier. About luminous and non-luminous we understood, and also about a transparent, a translucent and opaque object we have understood. Beam of light, ray of light also we got it. Okay, we got it. So shadow we see of a object. So opaque object. When we talk about shadow, then in our mind would come what? Opaque object. So shadow, when we see, this is object, from this source light is coming, this object will block this light, then this shadow will create, then there will be shadow of this object. Are you getting? So with the help of this source light, Okay, source light, source light, these are able, and this is not giving permission to allow this light. So here when this, let's suppose this was transparent light, then we don't see shadow of this object, of this transparent object. Okay, whatever will be blocked by object, then we will see shadow of blocked part of a object. Okay, clear. So whereas as well as there should be source light. Without source light there is a impossible. Clear, there is a impossible. Now about the shape size of shadow, let's see little information, little explain. So light, let's suppose here is light. When we move this light back, then the size of this size of a shadow of this object, what will be? You would say a shadow of this object will be low, will decrease. Where light light will go far of this from this object, then shadow will increase. Shadow of this object will increase. When this source light will be near from this object, then shadow of this will be small. Clearly, will be small. So here shadow sometimes gives us a unique information that we ignore. We see everyday life, in our everyday life, a shadow of an object. Also our shadow we also see. Okay, let's suppose in dark room, you go in dark room, inside the dark room, do you see your shadow in dark room? No, because there is no light in dark room. That's why you don't see shadow of your. Whereas in dark room is what? In dark room is from a hole from roof is coming light is coming from hole of roof. Light is coming in dark room, then shadow will be created by an object. If you are in front of a sun, then your shadow will be available. Okay, so light is compulsory. So I said you, when somebody go inside the dark room, then that person does not see what? Their shadow, because there is no light. Clearly, there is no light in dark room. Clearly. So we were talking about size of shadow, shape of shadow. So as I was telling you, shadow sometimes give us a unique information. Size of a shadow increase, decrease. Okay. So when will size of a shadow decrease, and when will size of a shadow decrease? Are you getting? So when this source light will be moved how many far from this object, then shadow size of a shadow of this object will be increase will increase, where light, this source light will be near from this object, then shadow or size of this shadow will be a smaller size. Are you getting? Sometimes you can do practical, then you will be believed. So this process will tell us size of shadow of an object that should be opaque object. Okay, clearly. Now about shape of shadow, let's understand. So here we put our hand like this, and light is coming in a from light in a, we are in room. Light is our object here is bulb. So light from bulb is coming, light is falling on this hand. Okay, so we see what shadow of this hand. So you will see what shape of this shadow of this object of this hand. And when we were in 6th 7th 8th class, then we see in our books what making animal shadows we see in our book of science. Shadow of animals by making hand. So here what I am saying means a shape we will not say this shape is of animal. Sometimes we will not be able to identify that this is a shape of animal. Okay, so shape can be different of an object. Shape can be different as we discussed, but size can be decreased when can be decreased. Size of a shadow of an object can be decreased when source light will be removed far, then far. Okay, and when source light from this object will be brought near from this opaque object, then we will see what size of this shadow will be in a smaller size. Whereas shape also could be different in some making, in some, you can say, in some objects. For example, through our hand we can create a shadow of animals. Through our making hand we can create, and also we see animal shape by making this hand we see shadow of animals. So we cannot say this is a shape of animal exactly, no. Okay, but shadow tells us more information. This was about shadow. Okay, how are shadow created, we understood. About the size of a shadow of an object, we understood. About shape of a shadow of an object, we understood. Now it's a time to understand about a reflection of light. A reflection of light. Can you tell me, we understood reflection. We understood reflection. So is this link with I am saying you a reflection of light. So is this a link with light? Yeah, absolutely. Without light, there is impossible to happen a reflection of a object. We can see our reflection. We can see our reflection. You can see your reflection in your mirror, in water. You can see your reflection. About it, you already know. So let's delve it. Okay. You see in your mirror what? Your image. In mirror, you see your image. That is a duplicate image. You are original image. You are original, but you see your image in mirror. That is erect. That is not a real image. So we see our image inside mirror. This is reflection. This is a reflection. Let's suppose in our room we are looking inside mirror. Okay, and then in our room is not a facility of light. Then we will not be able to see our image inside the mirror. We will not be able to see our image inside the mirror. When? Because there is no facility of light in our room. Whereas we are able to see our image inside the mirror because of light. Because of light. So are you clear? Light is compulsory to be available. Then our image we can see inside the mirror, inside water. So here we see our image inside the mirror. So this is happening because of reflection. So our reflection is falling on this mirror straight. Do you know light travels in straight line? Light travels in straight line. Do you know? Yeah, you heard that right. Light travels in a straight line. Let's suppose this is a candle. Okay, this is a candle, flame candle. We see through help of a pipe. Pipe is straight, and we see this flame candle. We are able to see this flame candle. Whereas this pipe is bent, then we will not be able to see this candle. So here we need a straight pipe. So straight pipe. Then light is. So when the pipe was bent, then we were not able to see this flame candle because of light was not going straight. That's why we were not able to see this flame candle. So here there should be something in straight. Then we can see whatever we wanted to see. So this activity. So what we wanted to say something. Then when light will travel in a straight line, then there something will happen. For example, we want to see this. We wanted to see reflection of this flame candle. Then here light should be traveled in a straight line. Then reflection of this flame candle we can see. Okay, we can see. Are you getting? So here I was telling you light travels in a straight line. If light does not travel in a straight line, then what will happen? Then we will not see whatever we wanted to see because of light is not traveling in a straight line. That's why. Clearly, it is simple. So reflection of light. When we see inside the mirror our image, we see our image inside the mirror because of reflection of light. Reflection of light happened here. That's why we see our image. Clear? Sometimes you would say, here is a water field. Here are animals. We are here. We see what image of this animal inside this water field. So light is falling on these animals. That's why reflection is happening. A reflection of this animal is happening, and this animal is near to this water field. That's why here is happening refraction of this object. Clearly? Clear. Now I am cleaning this. In different way we understand about reflection of light. About reflection of light in different way. This is what? Mirror, you can say. This is mirror. This here source light. This is what? Source light. And from this source light is falling on this object, you can say, on this object. Okay, on this mirror, light is falling on this mirror, and now this light will change the direction of this source light. So this will go in this direction. Are you getting? So here this light will not cross this object, this mirror will not cross. If this light cross, then this will be known as a refraction, not a reflection. Refraction. This will be known as refraction. But this will be like this. Bent, you can say, bent will be bent. So here we are discussing about a reflection. Okay. So reflection tells us changes of a direction of light. So here light is falling from this source on this object. So here we are looking what here light is falling on this object. So when light falls on this object completely, then this light change their light direction in different direction. Are you getting? So in other sentence we can define reflection. A reflection of light means changes of direction of light. Okay, of light. This is sentence to understand clear about a reflection of light. Changes. So this should not be only one direction. Should not be changes of a direction of light will not be only one direction. If this source light will move slightly, let's suppose this source light is here, then we will see what this light is falling on this object. Then the direction of this light will be like, could be, okay, will be like this. Am I right? Could be like this because of moving of a source light. There is what different direction of this light. So direction of light can be changed. I'm not saying could be changed, can be changed. So it depends on source light, where source light will be available in the front of object. As we studied, here is a source light, and this light of this source light is falling on this object like this, turning like this. is turning the light of this source light. Okay, whereas we move this source light and here we put, then we can see light is falling on this object and the direction of this light is moving in another direction. This is what? A reflection of light. Clearly? Whereas we see what I am moving in another context. If this don't change the direction and cross from this side to another side, this is other side, and this is first side. From this side to another side, from this side into another side, when this light will cross this object, then this will be known as refraction. But this light direction will be bent, will be slightly bent. Okay, not will be straight. Then this is said what? Refraction. So refraction, definition of refraction of light will be what? Light is coming from source light and will cross the object, and this source light will be bent by crossing the object, will be bent. This will be known as refraction of light. In details we will understand in next level of this chapter. Clearly? Now regular reflection, diffuse reflection, what are these? Let's understand step by step. About the reflection of light we understood. I am not cleaning this changes of direction of light. This is very interesting for me. So regular light, as we see, light from this source light is falling on this light, okay, and is turning in another direction. This is a regular reflection. Clearly, this is a regular reflection, and this is object. Whereas this object is what? Is strange. You know, carrot of egg, like this. Now source light, this is a source light. Light is falling from this source light, will be like this. Okay, will be like this. 1 second, like this. Okay, so this direction. 1 second, I clean this. First of all, we understood about regular. Okay, object will be plane, then regular reflection will happen. Whereas a diffuse reflection when will happen? When object will be up or down. Object will be, size of object will be up down. This is object. This is the size of object, up down. Okay. So this is a source light. Light is falling from this source light, like this. Okay, like this. So now direction of this light how will be? Like this will be. Yeah, exactly. As you are looking, what? This is also reflection, but this light, this rays is falling here. So from this is going like this, and this light rays is falling on here. This is not the same. Okay, this will not be same. That's why it is named diffused reflection. Clear? Diffuse reflection. When we will see what unplane of object, then our direction will be different. Direction of sunlight will be different. Clearly? Mirrors. Let's understand about mirrors. Can we move? This was discussion about reflection of light. Mirrors. Inside the mirror, we see our image. There are three types of mirror: plane mirror, concave mirror, and convex mirror. We see a lot of mirror. We see. I think about a mirror you are clear. When we will move on this three type of mirror, then this will be interesting for us. Mirror could be mirror are three types of mirror: plane mirror, concave mirror, and convex mirror. Mirror is what? We see glass type of mirror. Behind the mirror, what do we see? Opaque object. Behind the mirror, we see opaque object that we don't see. If behind the mirror will not be opaque object, then we can see from one side of this mirror to another side. We can see. We will not see our image. When this opaque object will not be with this mirror. So this opaque object should be with this mirror, then our image will be inside the mirror when we will be in front of this mirror. Okay, opaque object should be compulsory with this mirror, then we can say something in front of a mirror. Okay, to put something object. Really, this was very interesting to understand. So plane, we see our image in plane mirror. We see our image in plane mirror. So can you tell me size of our image inside will be different as size of our original image will be different? Answer is no. Size of our image in inside mirror will be same. Nothing will be different. But whereas there is a different point. What about a plane mirror? When we are in front of a mirror to see yourself, then we raise our hand. Then we see what? Opposite hand inside the mirror. Let's suppose we raise our right hand, then we see inside the mirror what? Left hand. Whereas if we raise left hand, then inside the mirror our image of hand will be in a right hand. This is a different. Okay, this is a different. So plane mirror. So in plane mirror there will not be different size. Yeah, in plane mirror we can see what? Opposite, up down of a object. Ambulance, do you know ambulance? Let's suppose you are in a car, okay, and in side mirror of a car you see what? Ambulance word. So you will see what? Ambulance is written on ambulance vehicle in opposite like this. Okay, I don't know how to write ambulance in opposite. So why like this is written? Because side mirror of a car, of a vehicle can in side mirror can be seen in straight. Okay, so we see ambulance word in vehicle opposite, because inside the mirror of a vehicle we are able to see in a right manner what ambulance would. That's why. So this is happening because of plane mirror. Concave mirror, concave and convex. Can you explain concave and convex mirror? There is opposite. Am I right? There is opposite. Opposite is what? There is my point about convex. Convex mirror can cover a lot of area. A lot of area convex mirror can cover. You won't believe. Concave do one thing. What? You can say more thing. Concave mirror, when you will see in front of a concave mirror, your image will be larger, and also your image will be opposite like this. You are like this and your image will be like this in concave mirror. And then your distance of concave move something slightly, then your image will be what? Your image will be larger. Okay. Whereas convex, in convex perhaps you can see size of your image will be smaller, because the convex cover a lot of thing within a convex mirror. That's why in some places convex mirror is used in some places. Okay, in some places convex mirror are used so that one person can see a lot of area, what is happening, what vehicle is coming on the other side, so that in some space everything that can be covered by convex mirror, so it helps to coverage a lot of area. That's why it is used in some places where vehicle are more in a place, then it will be better to use. Okay, and also it is used. So I remember this convex definition of a convex mirror, understanding of a convex mirror. I think what convex mirror covers a lot of area, and also in practically this convex mirror covers a lot of area. Work of a concave mirror is, you will see what? Large size of a object inside the concave mirror. Also, when distance of an object you move near of the in front of a concave mirror, then this object will be opposite inside the concave mirror. Okay, but whereas convex work of a convex mirror is to cover a lot of area that is possible, as much as possible. And plane mirror, in plane mirror there is no difference in size, but in plane mirror will be opposite. In plane mirror, what? In plane mirror, size of an object could be opposite, can be opposite, will be opposite. Clearly, we understood about all this. Nothing are left. So let's a summary. Let's say create something. Light from a object that is coming, that object will be known as luminous object. Whereas non-luminous object, there are a lot of objects in our area. Okay, sunlight is an example of a luminous object. This is example of non-luminous object because this marker does not have this own line on light. Sunlight has their own light. That's why sunlight is an example of luminous object. Luminous objects tells us own light of a object, whereas non-luminous objects says as what objects will not have their own light. Those objects will be known as non-luminous objects. And also when we discuss these two objects, then we also discuss about light. Clearly, transparent. Through help of a object, we are able to see from one side to another side. That helping object will be transparent object. Transparent object. So here you can see this is a source light, and this source light is falling on this object, clearly on this object. So if this allows this light to pass through this object, then this object will be transparent. Whereas this source light, this object will block something part from this coming light, from this source light. This object will block something part, then this object will be known as translucent, because we are able to see through this translucent object something we can see, but completely we can't see. Clearly we can't see. Opaque object, this is, let's suppose that this is opaque object. So this coming light from source light, this opaque object will block completely this coming light. Clear? Blocked. That's why it is able to create a shadow behind this object. So how this happened? Because of blocking this coming light from source light. That's why like this happened. Clear? That's why like this happened. Shadow. This is shadow. Size of a shadow can be different. When we move this shadow, this source light far, then shadow of this object will be increase. Whereas when we put this source light near of this object, then shadow of this object will be in a smaller size. Clear? And the shape of shadow. Shadow also give us additional information. Sometimes. Okay, additional information. But shape of an object, shape of a shadow of an object can be in different shape. By making hand in different way, we can create shadow of animal. Are you getting? That's why we say shadow of an object will not be same shape of object as objects. Okay. Reflection of light. Changes of a direction of light when we see, then this happen, a reflection of light. Mirror, convex mirror will cover a lot of area, and concave mirror, when we see inside the concave mirror, then image of our will be larger. And when we go near to the concave mirror, then our mirror can be opposite. Okay, and also will be opposite. Plane mirror, when we see inside the plane mirror, then our image in size of our image will not be different. Okay, but our but our size, our image can be opposite in some cases, and you can see to do practical clearly here about diffuse reflection. Yeah, clear. That's it.